Day stream time. So yeah, how's everybody doing today? We are going to try to install a power switch on the spaceship. It sounds a little too sci-fi. We're installing a power switch on our spaceship. I'll clean this plate here real quick. So I've never done this before, actually having to install a switch, because all of my machines have had power switches. This is the first one that hasn't had a power switch. So we're going to put one in. So yay, first time for everything. What am I using? I have this plate from an old power switch from a video game. I have some wire from an old video game. I even have this little piece of plywood from an old video game. What I'm trying to say is, I've got a lot of parts from old video games, and luckily, that's why I save them. Don't want to sound like that guy. It's like, oh, I save it because I'm going to use that part one day. I don't know what for, but one day I'm going to use it. But no, seriously, I got all arcade cabinets that are not savable, and I save all the wiring and all the stuff that I can possibly save. So these are the things we're going to use, and hopefully, along with glue, soldering iron, and that kind of stuff, hopefully install a power switch on the spaceship. Yesterday we were able to get the game to play, so that's good. I noticed last night when I was running down the credits that it gets to 1 credit on the replay window, and then it acts like there's no credits. So there's an adjustment issue going on that I'll have to deal with here a little bit later. Not really concerned about it, but the game was playing. It was detecting all 5 balls. So I'll get to that part later, but I want to get this power switch installed. I'm tired of plugging it in and unplugging it with the, where am I going with this? With the, the power strip. A little bit of background again. Remember, some of these older machines, obviously 1961 like this one and back or whatever, they don't have power switches. They just have the game. Either when you plug it in, some of them the game turns on. When you plug it in, the game, the back box will light up and nothing else, and then the rest of it will turn on when somebody puts a quarter in. Or some games, some Williams games, when you plug it in, it stays off, and you turn it on by pressing the left flipper button, and that turns the lights on. And then some games like this one doesn't turn anything on until you put a quarter in it. And then when you shut it off, the way that you shut it off, there's a kick switch at the bottom, which basically is you punch the bottom of the cabinet, tap it, and that shuts it off. But that does not completely shut it off. That only shuts it off from functionality in the lights, but the transformer always will stay on as long as you have it plugged in. So that's why in a modern world that we live in, we want the power to be completely off. So to save you from unplugging it every time or putting it on a power strip, we got to install a power switch for it. So I'm going to do that today, and you're going to be along for the ride. Hopefully we do this right. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing. Pretty sure. Could be wrong. So, we're going to lift the playfield up. Basically, I'm going to choose a spot to put our power switch. And I kind of want to put it in the same spot as normal power switches. So we have in the bottom of the box here, we have these blocks that are sitting up. I don't know if you can see it over the trough. Anyway, here's one of them, one of the blocks on the bottom of the cabinet. There's one on the other side. That's to hold the coin box in place. So I could put this power switch right on that, but I don't want it right next to the coin box. I want it roughly where a power switch should go. So we're going to kind of go into this area over here, hopefully. It's pretty much where a power switch would be. I could put it up a little bit further up here, and that gives me a lot more space, but I might have to run some extra wire. But right here should be pretty good, right in this spot. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. So what do I want to do first? Well, I think I want to get a better angle on this, but I'm going to have to get in here and get my saw. I got to cut some wood. Yes, Pinball Repair actually deals with carpentry, a little bit of carpentry. So I cut some wood. Excuse me a second. Reaching in one of my toolboxes here. I don't have a miter saw or chop saw or anything over here, so we're just gonna do it with a good old jigsaw. Cut it out. This part doesn't have to be like absolutely perfect and beautiful. It just has to be done. All right, so I want my piece of wood. I want my plate. So the key things that I want to do with this is center it as much as I can on the piece of wood, but I also want to drill a hole big enough, bigger than this hole on the plate, so that my finger can get up in there. The reason I don't want to put this directly down here, just on there, is because this piece of wood is too thin and your switch is going to stick out. And I don't want it to stick out. Some kid might reach under there and try to turn it off or something. So we're going to cut out this piece of wood. This came out of the Lethal Enforcers, I think. Yeah, the Lethal Enforcers that I destroyed, or I liberated from its parts. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I want to draw this out for a second. How big is it this way? Yeah, let's just do that. So we got that there. Get a little bit of space so that my screws can go in there without stripping or without cracking the wood, if I can. Maybe I should do it this way then. That gives me more space. Yeah, I should do it this way. So we'll disregard that line. Big enough space so I'm not messing up the thing. And then we're just going to go over here and we're just going to cut it. I'm going to use my rotisserie to hold it on. Unplug that. Unplug that. Unplug that. Plug that in. Now this will actually generate a little bit of dust in here, which is kind of sad, but we gotta do what we gotta do. The games need us. I can say that thing about wearing safety glasses, but yeah, I got glasses on already. Wear your own safety glasses. I'm going to do it this way so I can get more space. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's just getting it up there. Piece. Said my piece. Alright. So now, this is a big enough piece to go in there. We'll just put it right in there. It gets us near the fuses, but not right on top of the fuses, and we're not in the way of anything. So now I got to drill a hole that is big enough for my fingers, so I need some. I got another one that's got more choices in here. 3/4. What's 3/4 do? That's just about, let me go a little bit bigger than that. Let's go a 1/2 inch if I got it, or not a 1/2 inch, a full inch if I got one. Well, technically I got one. That should be big enough to get finger in there and turn it off. Let me get my drill. I know it's almost kind of sad that we're drilling into a game, but it's necessary. Alright, nothing under here. Roughly right there is okay. Probably should have done that first so I didn't get so much dust in there, but we'll blow that out. A little bit rough under there, but no big deal. I will sand that off. Just wanted the hole. Whew, right in my eyes. Where's my little tiny vacuum? Oh, I had that over here. Well, I can use this one. This'll work. It's still a vacuum cleaner. It's not the vacuum I wanted, it's just the vacuum I got. Hey, there's a fuse down here. Is this one of those 30 amp ones? Where did this come from? This might be one of those 30 amp ones that was in there. I know it doesn't go in there. Alright, now I gotta drill a hole in this guy somewhere near the center. Let's do that. Just gonna do this on the floor here real quick. Why not just drill a hole? Did I get through? No, I didn't. Hold on. There it goes. Drilling holes on the floor. Now we'll go right there. Get my fingers to turn it on and off. Okay. Now I want to not to glue it down, but how thick is this plywood? Not thick at all. So we're going to glue it to this and then screw the plate to this. So I also need to put this on my plate so I don't forget. Got that on my plate. This is the switch that I bought. I think it was for Hyperball. I bought 2. Take this off. Don't need that. On off little tag thing. It's kind of irrelevant now. And we're gonna run a ground wire to this too, or part of the grounding braid to it. Going all out. Get my wrench. What did I do with it? And Brent's gonna come in here tonight and be like, why is there sawdust all over the floor? I'm building dreams, okay? Just let me live. There we go. Here's our switch. Nice. We'll go in there. Center that like that, and then I'm going to mark my holes so I can drill it out. I should have done all this ahead of time, but what fun would that have been? I also got some good news yesterday. Oh my gosh, good news. So I'm working on a virtual pinball machine because I want one. And I found out that Zen Pinball has an option to be able to play their games in a commercial setting. You have to ask about a license, which, you know, a lot of these things you're not supposed to be putting in a commercial setting. But I emailed them, and they responded by asking a little bit about the business, and I gave them a little bit of info about Arcade Dungeon and what we do, and they sent back that we can use FX3 in any way we see fit in the arcade. So we can build a Zen Pinball FX3 virtual pinball machine and have it in the arcade with their blessing. So that's awesome. I'm excited about it. I was already going to build one, but now I get to not have to worry about having it in here and causing some sort of licensing problem. So we get to do it. Yay! Turn this off a little bit before we try to glue it. I'll let that dry while I drill the screw holes for this guy. Drilling the screw holes. I am very bad at having drill bits like ready to go. I never put them back the right way, and I'm always like searching for one that's the right size. But yeah, so there we go. We're gonna drill these out so that we don't split the wood. Because you don't want to split it. Hi everybody. I noticed I got a little bit of bump in viewers. Hi everybody. Feel free to chime in if you like. I'm just going to do this on the floor. This is where we got all the sawdust anyway. Where's my plate? Right here. Yeah, should be good. Just don't want to get that way. Whoa! All of a sudden I found high speed. So yeah, so I'm doing that. So we're doing this, we're repairing the spaceship. I'm also working on building a virtual pinball at home, and I'm designing a real pinball machine at home too to see if I can try to build a prototype of that. I'm all about the pinball lately. Video games, psh, I mean, I love them, but still. All right. There, now we're just going to screw that in. We got to be careful though, because we're only gluing it to this. I mean, I can get screws that are long enough that it barely touches. I just don't want the screws to stick out the bottom. That's why we're gluing it. Let me get some screws in here. How many screws do you got? More screws than I can. I can measure it out, see if I can find screws that are just the right size too. That one went in there. How low does it go? Yeah, it sticks out. So these ones are too long. Shorter screws. That'll work. Do that one. All be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Well, they're two different ones. Aesthetically, whatever. It'll work. So now we're going to put this guy on here. Also, when I get done with it, we're going to run a grounding strap to it. But for right now, I just want to screw it on there. And this I can just use my... I don't want to use a drill. I don't want to split the wood. I think I'm going to just do it by hand. What? Hand turning it? What the heck's wrong with me? Come here, you. Come here, you. Wise guy, eh? Flip the switch. New techno music for my pinball repair. Flip the switch. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah. So I'm getting to the point with my design for the real pinball. Oh, everybody left. That I'm going to need somebody to collaborate with me that knows how to program. Because I don't. So I'm going to need to find some contacts, the people that know how to do programming and wiring up that kind of stuff. I think I can do a non-functioning prototype, or at least just to show a proof of concept. I don't know. I'm excited about it. I like my design. I like my idea. And I have not discussed it on the stream. I have before just talked about different ideas for a pinball machine, but they were not anything that I've discussed for this one. I'm hoping people will like it. Like it enough that it'll get made. That's the end goal. Somebody build my pinball machine. Hey, but if anybody out there has the contacts, let me know. I would be interested to see how the process works. Alright. Look at that. That almost looks like it was meant to be. So now, I'm going to flip this guy into here. I'm going to glue it down. I'm going to give it a minute, and then I'll see about wiring it all in. Let me take... Actually, I'll take these screws out first. I don't think I'm going to use these screws. Ah, screw you. Screwed up. Block some cameras, why don't you? Yeah, okay. I mean, I could use these screws if I have the blades for it. Yeah, I don't know, just... let's take him out. We'll feed the wire through there instead. All right. That is there. Focus! So that's down there. So down here, we just need to have enough space to turn it on and off. And I think I can. I want to go a little bit wider with this hole, but should be enough. It barely sticks out. I think I need to go a little bit wider with this bottom hole here. I have a bigger... somewhere. Where's a hole saw? I might have to use a hole saw for that. How much of the saw? The whole saw. Somewhere. It's just a little tight on my fingers. It would be enough, but it's not. What is this one? 1 1/8. This is the hole saw that you use to drill out buttonholes. 1 1/8. Not usually standard in the pack of hole saws that you get. I have used this before. Why won't it open? Open up. Give me the saw. Give it to me. Gimme, gimme, gimme. This might be too big. Maybe I should just sand it. Maybe? Live with it a little bit? Or put the big fat one on? Maybe the big fat one will give me more space. This one sits lower. How about we put the big fat one back on? Right here. How about we just show what we're doing? This tiny one is maybe a little bit too tiny. Alright. Just need it to stick out a little bit. This is why we're doing this the first time ever, putting in a power switch. We are learning. I'm learning. So ultimately what are we going to do is we're going to run the wire off of the fuse for the main power. That's going to be essentially the black wire of your thingamadilly. The official pinball term is thingamadilly. Come here, you. Whose idea was this? Oh, yeah, mine. Could just glue it flush, but if you use just glue, then I don't trust. Yeah, I'm doing it this way. Screw it. We're doing it right. We're doing it right. My screws out. We want to use the big beefy one, but it's okay. Do with whatever works. Definitely know the big beefy one's going to be able to handle the power. Of course, this one would too. This one's braided for it. This has got a longer post on it. That's why I'm doing it. That's why we're putting it on here. It is hot. I don't want to turn the air conditioner on, but I'm thinking maybe I do want to turn the air conditioner on. This one should sit better. Let's just test that theory. Yeah. So line it up into the center. This one will work. This one will work better. This will work better, my friends. Screwing it back on. And then I dropped a screw down here. Somewhere. Doesn't matter, I can just get another one. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Looking for an attachment here real quick. Not finding it. That one will work. All right. Tomorrow I have to work on, I have the whole day off, but I have to work on line drive and maybe OXO score reel. Line drive is not pitching very well right now. Some of the balls are getting stuck at the end of the ramp, and then every once in a while you're not allowed to bat. It won't detect the bat. It just sits there. So I'm thinking I got some contact adjustments to do. I want to get that done before we open again in the arcade tomorrow on Friday. Come here, buddy. I think what I'm going to do is glue this down, wire it, glue it down, wire it, and then I will test it once the glue is dried so I can put the ground strip on it. Alright. There we go. Big beefy one, but still works. Okay. I'll go there. Let me glob some of Brent's glue on here that he doesn't know I stole, but I stole it. Yeah, leaking, Brent, it's leaking. You added too much pressure to it. I used this glue when I was doing my cosplay stuff because it's flexible with fabric when you're gluing plastic and stuff and tape to fabric. Anyway, that's my little note about this stuff. Alright, we're going to crawl underneath there and line it up. There we go. So let that sit like that for a second. We'll recap his glue. It's like we're adding a power switch or something. Holy crap. Let me put his glue away. See if I can turn the air conditioner on. It is hot in here. Sometimes our AC wants to cut out on us, so I'm kind of wary about it. Alright. Now, how are we going to do this? We are going to tap into the fuse box. Or the fuses down there. Let me see if I can get a good angle on the fuses. Trough is in the way. I refuse to give up on this. There we go. Fuses in the switch. Man, that trough just likes to be in the way of everything. my movable camera is not quite movable. There we go. Now we can see all of it. All right. So we're getting the bottom fuse. See, you're still blocking my shot. Dude, get out of the way. So the bottom fuse is the one that deals with the line voltage. So that's where we're tapping into. If I clip some of these strings, I think I can undo it here on this side and run it just directly up to this, and then run my new wire from here back over to that side with minimal amount of change up. That's basically what my goal is going to be. I need to see if I can get these strings cut. Cut these strings. So we're down here. So we're going to try to cut this string. Let me get my light so I don't accidentally do something I don't want to do. Alright. So cut this string. May just be easier with a razor. No, this is cutting it. Important thing is cutting the string and not the wire. There we go. Free up that one. Free up that one. There we go. It's not too bad. It's not as hard as I thought to take these strings off. I say that and I'm not done. Go there. And then if I have to, if it feels like it's getting crazy with the wiring, I'll just zip tie it back together. I don't think they had the zip ties in 1961. Come on. I could get a razor blade, but I'm really trying to avoid hitting the wires. One more should get me enough space. This little bridge. Come on, buddy. Just cut free. Want to cut free? There we go. There we go. That should do it. That should do it. What did I do? Did I hit something? Oh, we're all still good, right? Everybody's still going? Okay. Now we are doing the bottom one, which has 2 wires. So I'm going to need some soldering iron. Hot soldering action. Before I commit to it, I need to make sure my switch is functioning properly. This is a double-decker switch, so it's going to be a lot more than I need. But it sticks down far enough. Waiting on the solder to come. Soldering. Soldering. Let's talk about where the power comes in. The power comes in off of this side of the fuse and comes out that side. And I was just kind of comparing to my OXO how they wired it. So we're undoing the side where it comes out. So the actual line will go through the fuse first before going to the power switch. I don't think it really makes a difference. I don't feel that it does, but that's what I'm doing. Just waiting for it to heat up. And then I'll cut a new wire to go from there back to the fuse. Where is my multimeter? So I make sure what's on and off. What's on and what's off. Let's do this real quick. To get all strung out, and then I gotta take it all apart for tomorrow, or for Friday. Blue's still not good. All right. Well, at least now it's off. Switch works. I'll let that glue dry. Gotta let it dry. Soldering iron. Is this light still on? Now they're free. Put the soldering iron back over here for a second. Stay there, buddy. Take it. I'm gonna put it on there. But I think what I want to do is grab. Well, I think I'm gonna hot glue over it too, but I think I want to get a little bit of heat shrink to set on top. Not that I'm going to actually do it. Heat shrink, just so that it creates a little bit of a barrier, I guess. And then I'll hot glue it. Hot glue the whole thing. Both of these wires together. There's that. That on there. And solder. Let's get a little bit on the switch itself. Can't do too much, remember, because I'm still waiting for the glue to dry. Just want to be careful. Don't breathe the solder. Don't breathe it. I don't remember who it was, if it was my grandmother or whatever, was asking, because I said, you can't breathe the solder. It's like, well, what do you do? How can you do that? I'm like, you hold your breath. I mean, have you ever heard of holding your breath? It's amazing. Right there for a second. Nope. Is there a hole in those? There is a hole. Maybe I can just stick it through the hole. That'll hold it in place. That'll hold the hold. Let's see if I can feed it through. There we go. Just like that. Put a little bit more solder on there. Don't breathe. Oh, I think I had my heat shrink a little too close to the wires. That's okay. We're hot gluing it. We're hot gluing it anyway. Where is my go wire? So this wire is a good one. 600 volt. I'm pretty sure that this wire is going to take care of the problems. Or take care of what we need. Don't drop. Big old fat one. Let's try it again with the, what did I do with the other little piece? What did I do with it? You bastard. You bastard. Broke my things. You broke my things, Brent. Great, now my clippers don't work right. I let them use my tin snips, and now they don't work right. Hole. Let's just fold it up. That'll be good. Let's keep the heat shrink thing away from it this time. Want to become famous? Heck no. That's why I'm doing pinball repair. Want to become famous? Shut up. I'm going to delete. You banned, son. Want to become famous? Yeah, the world is waiting for that big pinball repair string guy. They're going to talk about him around the water cooler, I tell you what. I tell you what. But hey, it's the only comment that I've had today. So, maybe I shouldn't have deleted it. Let it cool off. There we go. Yay. Now, oops. See if I can get that to go over it. Yes, I can. Will it go over it? Yes, it will. Nah, you don't need people like that. Hey, Arcane K9. There we go. That's let me see. Where is my torch? Let's see if I can do this real quick. Whoa. Why is that like really high? This torch sucks. Where is the volume control? Afternoon, how goes the repairs? Pretty good. We're working on wiring in a switch because there's no power switch. These early pinball machines didn't think that they needed one, I guess. So we're putting in a power switch because I do think we need one. So we just added this little block and the switch. It's gluing right now into place, and then I'm just wiring this back in. That's what we're doing. Almost done with it because I can't do too much. I gotta wait for the glue to dry, but I can at least wire my things back in and hot glue this for safety reasons. Hot glue that so we don't accidentally touch it. Where's my clippers? There they are. How's your afternoon? Put that in. Strip this off. There we go. Wiring it back in. Wiring it back in. Gonna have some fun wiring it back in. Alright, now this. Sorry, I let the ball free. Ball free? I let the ball free. We're gonna get that back on there. My light is not as bright as I want it to be, but it's a USB one. Hold on, let me get batteries in here real quick so I can see. Kind of important to see. There we go, that's charging. Power switch isn't overrated. Good, actually. I'm on a staycation for the next few days, having relaxing time and home renovations. Ooh, nice. I am desperate for some sort of vacation. It's what? Note sarcasm. Yeah, I get you. I'm desperate for some sort of vacation. It's been what? November 2019 was the last time I got vacation. Hopefully in July. Even though I normally go to Comic-Con in San Diego, it got canceled. I'm still going. Still going to go to San Diego in July. Hopefully take some time off and take a break. I think a lot of my sore body problems might be alleviated. Get a little time off. But hey, home renovations. Enjoy that, man. Where is... Okay. Now that I can see... I don't know if I have enough solder on this. No, there's not. I gotta get some more solder. Get some more solder. Solder makes it hotter. Hotter solder. Come here, you. Come here, you. Wise guy, eh? Solder makes the dream work. Come on. I don't like it. I don't like it. You can do better. We have the technology. Maybe if I come in this way. No, because then I'm hitting all the... Yeah, just fall off. Just fall off of there. Just do it this way. Tight spaces. Tight spaces. New windows and siding going up on Thursday. I think if the contractor shows, spent the last few days prepping for a window demo. Hey, you know, as much as it sucks, improvements are always good. And we stay static and we just let it, I mean, maybe sometimes you have to do it because, you know, your windows are leaking or your roof is leaking. But improving our lives is always beneficial. I'm going to try to stick this in the hole. Go in the hole, man. I actually like demolition. It's my favorite thing, and I gotta be careful though when somebody says that I can destroy something. I gotta be sure to like, do you mean destroy? Because I'll destroy it. I will tear it the frick down. And I'll do it quickly too. Trying to get this stupid guy to go back in there. Got a hole to go into. I just gotta get it to thread in there. Come on, buddy. Be a pal. Be a friend. Go in the hole. Go in the hole. Thank you. Yay. Yay, it's in the hole. Yeah, the 60s metal windows are horrible. I hate them. Mine is from the 60s. I have the 1960. My house is 1960. I hate the window, but I like the window because you may break the glass, but you ain't getting in. There's no way you're getting into that window because it's all segmented. You know, it's got like the 6 segments or whatever, little small frame, small pieces of glass, and the big segmented. But yeah, you can break the glass, but you're not getting in. But it is terrible for, you know, insulation and heating and things like that. I get why they need to be changed. There we go. If you don't stay on now, I don't know how. How the heck we're going to do it? Let me get solder back where I want it. There we go. All right, that does that. So, how am I going to test this? Well, I don't want to turn it on because I want this glue to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a lead over here on this one, and then a lead over on the other side of the cabinet over there on that, basically way down here, and see if I got the switches working. Without powering it on. And then I'll hot glue the mother out of it. Alright. So, come here, you. This, right here. Right? No. No, it has to be over here. Past the fuse. So right there. And then this one. Where's my red one? Where is my red lead? Where's my red lead? There it is. Found it. And this one will go all the way back here to this stuff. Right? Come on, clip on there. Right there. All right. So now, I'm not getting any continuity because the switch is technically off. So, I'm going to hold this in place so it doesn't move. All right, it's two-sided. Let's try it this way. See there. That. Wait, what did I do? Why is it not turning off? Oh, I got the wrong side. Oh my gosh. So there we go. Flip it on there. Switch is working. What year did manufacturers start including an on-off switch? I don't know the exact year. I just know that they kind of phased it in. The OXO that's behind me here is 1973, and it has an on-off switch and a kickoff. So it's like kind of both. They did like this whole transition into power switches. So I'm going to guess, well, this is 1961, that's 73, and then it could be different depending on the manufacturers of the machines. So that would be, you know, somewhere around in the mid 60s, I guess they started doing it. Is what I would say. But it works. The only other thing I'm going to do right now is maybe do that grounding braid. I said I wasn't, but I think I might. Where is my grounding braid? Or at least I'll explain what I'm going to do, because I don't want to do it with the glue still setting. So I'll just explain that we're going to take a grounding braid that we put on the machine when we did it. We're going to take this to one of these screws down here on there, one of those. We're going to put that on there and then run the grounding braid to our ground braid somewhere in the front of the cabinet. And then that will be a complete safety circuit right there. But the switch is working. I'll turn the power on once the glue is dried. But kind of going over it one more time before I shut it down. What did we do is, when you don't have a power switch in an old game, obviously first we're rewiring. When we're rewiring it, we wanted to go from the black lead, wherever the black lead usually goes through the fuse. And from the fuse is where the power switch goes. Not off the white side, off of the black side. So what I've had is my power goes to the transformer, or before the transformer, and then it comes over here, and then it goes out here, and then I have the switch. So I have the switch after the fuse, which I don't think that matters. Somebody else could tell me otherwise if it does, but I have the switch after the fuse because that's what my OXO has it. Let me hot glue that while I'm standing here thinking about it, because I can do that without worrying about the rest of the glue drying. Excuse me, I gotta get my hot glue gun. These are arcade things that you don't think you're gonna need. You need a hot glue gun and you need a hair dryer. Hair dryer is important, small hair dryer. And that's important for testing things. There's some things like on a monitor, you can use it to test things heating up without powering it on, like a thermistor. Or you can use it to dry some glue, or you can use it to dry stuff. So a hair dryer and the hot glue gun is, well, for stuff that I'm doing right now. I'm going to protect the switch from anybody accidentally putting their fingers in it, which would just be me, because I doubt Brent will stick his hands in here. But just in case he does. It's a safety thing, because Brent likes to touch stuff that he shouldn't touch. And then after this, I think I'm going to go work on my pinball design, which I'm really excited about. I hope it'll work. My pinball design and the virtual pinball before I have to go back to work. And then maybe I'll do a little streaming tomorrow. I don't know. But this is the big thing for today. Power switch. Hot glue gun. But at least I got something in. This is almost done mechanically. We have to do some paint work. We have to flatten the plastics. Tooltip. Yeah, tooltip. We have to flatten the plastics. We have to do some paint work. Obviously wax the play field. We got to fix the back glass, or at least save the back glass by clear coating it so it doesn't flake out anymore. But we're getting down to the nitty gritty. At least the functionality of the game is really close. I got to figure out that replay thing not resetting right, which I guarantee is just a switch that is not properly positioned. Glue it up. Glue it up. How much hot glue could you use? I don't know. How much hot glue you got? I got the whole stick I can put on here. Let's just make sure it's covered.
going to accidentally stick their hands in that.
I don't think. There we go. Hot glue. Hot glue gun. All your best cheap Chinese Halloween props use a hot glue gun a lot. Brent does a lot of Halloween things, and sometimes things are broken and I have to fix them. And there's a lot of hot glue they use in those guys with their cheap cheap boards and stuff, cheap plastics. That's it. I mean, that's it. I installed the power switch. We did the things. We accomplished a goal. We were productive with our hour and 8 minutes of airtime. Cool, cool, cool. I have things to get done. So, I may be back tomorrow to do a little bit of streaming, because why not? I'm off. Other than fixing line drive. And, yeah. Huzzah! Thanks so much, Arcane K9, for hanging out for a minute or so. Thank anybody else who chimed in or watched. Thank you. Not thank you to that bot thing who wanted me to get followers. Screw that guy. But, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow-ish, maybe. I don't know. Get the notifications. Have my notifications on, and then you can find out. See you later, guys. Have a good afternoon. Enjoy find the joy in your home renovations, Arcane. There's fun in there. Destructo fun. All right. No worries. Have a good day. Thank you so much. Peace out. See you later, guys. Bye.